Hi guys, Randall here. So this week I did a Pull Wars with Minute Havoc, and if I lost, I would have to make a video explaining why Barret is a much better unit in War of the Visions than Aerith is. I did lose, so here we are today, and that's what we'll be doing. And the first reason why Barret would be a much better unit, and that's very subjective, but is the fact that you can actually pull him. We both went to almost pity, but at the end, Minute got Barret. I got nothing, and I had to buy Aerith with coins. It's terrible. So that's one reason. Okay, now we're on War of the Vision Cock because I don't own Barret, so if I want to make a really good evaluation of those two units, I need to use it to compare them. So, let's look at these guys, right? And when you're comparing units, you could talk about unit synergy, how good they are in a given context, how they enable other units, how they are able to draw hate, but in the end, there's only one thing that really matters. You want to know who the best unit is? 1v1 potential. That's the only thing you should really evaluate. So on one end, you have Aerith, and she has a stick. On the other end, you have Barret, and his arm is a gun. Now, I think you know where I'll be going with that, right? You've probably all seen Indiana Jones, or just movies in general, and you might have even fired a gun. That attacks from range. A stick attacks in melee range. Now, you might tell me, but Aerith has magic. Sure, she has magic, but magic has a cast time. Guns shoot instantaneously, so even then, yeah, you could have magic, but if you have to cast a spell, then all he has to do is aim and fire. He's going to win. So there's no way that Aerith ever wins a duel against a Barret. It's just not happening. Then, I mean, we can talk about a couple other things, but if you look at these two units, spoiler alert, which one survives their main game? Only Barret does. Guess why? She's fighting with the damn stick. She can't survive. I haven't tested it out because I'm too afraid to lose Aerith in my account, but I've heard that if she gets attacked by a katana from behind, she's deleted from your account. At first I thought she'll be safe, right? There's no Sephiroth in that game, but then I realized Tubi has Impaler, which is a piercing attack using a katana. I'm not gonna test it, but you're risking losing your unit. Don't try that at home. So yeah, that's another reason. Now, if we're being a little bit more serious, there are a couple things in favor of Barret for real. He has hate while being a ranged unit, so that's new. It's something you could get to use. I'm not sure when it's actually going to be good, but the fact that it's unique leads to new possibilities, and that is super fun to play with. So that's definitely a pro. And then there aren't a lot of ice missile units. You have Curry, that's MR. Otherwise, there's Rosa, who nobody really pulled for as far as I know, and Valentin Celir has one missile attack, but she's a mage. She's not a missile unit. So he really has a new role that's pretty cool. Pugilist is not that new, but the ranged tank scenario is pretty fun. And the fact that he has innate hate allows you to draw the enemies to him and just make him work in autoplay pretty well. For Aerith, though, it's a lot tougher. She is a manual unit, I think. Players could potentially turn abilities off and try to make her work, but I've heard that it's super hard to get her to use her re-raise over all their buffs. It's just hard to make her work if you don't have a human brain playing her. If you do, though, then she's great. She's going to use re-raise, haste, quicken, then deal decent damage, heal, and she has a great kit. It's just that, 95% of the War Division's players hate manuals, so for most of you guys, it's not going to be such an interesting unit. You might pull for her because you're a fan or hoping to make her work in auto, but realistically, that's not where she'll shine the most. Then Barret has 8 defense in his base kit, 12 with one of his passives, and can further increase that by 30. I guess you can see where I'm going there. So if you build him with a little bit of defense, and just Golem, for example, and you try to increase that a little bit, he can get 54 defense pre-buff without guild statue. So let's just add a guild statue there for fun, right? This one gives you 2 more points of spirit and 2 more points of defense, and most guilds have level 5 statues by now. So now we have 56 spirit. With his buff, that's 86. He will not die to physical threats. Yes, he only has 5 hate, so eventually people will hit other guys, but he's actually a really good person to engage an enemy like Dwayne or other guys that have high damage and high mods, but low def and span overall. So yeah, I do think he can actually be a great unit, especially in auto when you can draw hate to him. I don't know how much damage he's going to do back. I would have to test him out. I don't own him, so I guess I'll watch some videos to educate myself. But I do see some potential when I'm theory crafting him. With that said though, the number one reason, I think, why people would probably benefit more from Barret than they would from Aerith is just the fact that Aerith is a unit that's super hard to play in Odo, and Odo is the game mode that most players play for most of their gameplay time. So that's it. With that said, I'm keeping this one super short. I wanted to be both humoristic and a little bit informative. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. It's a brand new style, but it was a challenge. If you like it, let me know. I could do a little bit more of humor in the future. But that was it, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day.